Este ritmo guaguanco, esto es lo que existe. Y tamita mi chamaco, nadie nos resiste. Aquí estamos bravos, la chema tan brava. Esta vida es brava, y yo también soy bravo. Por eso lo que repica son los cueros. Aquí lo que suena a fuego, mueve la abuela el pescadero.
És una cosa maca, que hi ha molta afició, gent molt ferma, que gran, de veure com és l'hora. 5 minuts després, la baixada travessant el poble, que no ens cansem de tots els equipos, que además de depender.
Okay, so somehow I've been trusted to drive the smart drive van. So I'm feeding the boys. I got all those bottles. I just filled up a whole bunch of bottles for the boys because they had no one to feed them. So now I'm going to take this van. I got to follow this convoy, the Spanish convoy, on the wrong side of the road in a manual van that I haven't driven before. Get to the second climb and then I'm going to feed the boys from there, which will be some pretty cool shots as well. So hopefully it's going to be a pretty good race. It kind of suits Keegan quite well actually. It's got a flat finish here, but it's got 2 climbs out on the course, and I think the longest one's, I think they're saying 10 minutes, but it might be a little bit shorter. Alright, we have arrived in one piece. It's been a seriously long while since I've driven a manual, but that was actually quite cool. So this is pretty much the top of the second climb. There's everyone kind of doing their bottles and stuff here, and they kind of come up here. It's pretty much on a like state highway. They just kind of like have rolling road closures, which is pretty sick. So I'm just gonna get myself all set up, and I've got all the bottles in here. Right, so there was a massive crash, so they like neutralised the race apparently and then started it again because they had to get the ambulances back. Ari's in the break and Keegan is in the main bunch, and only one guy took a bottle so far. Ari!
Aquí lo que falta el cajón, en esta jungla soy el gran león. Armen la cosa en el malecón, lo que gozamos es salsa y son. Ya saben lo que es por eso quiero una vida suave, soy sincero. Que viva mi gente, que viva la casa. De noche a día aquí se trabaja. Bailamos en plaza, calidad pura en todas las
Alright, that was lap 5 out of 7. Ari's still in the break. I got him a bottle. I missed Keegan because there was a motorbike coming up the right hand side, and I was like, either I get hit by a motorbike and maybe get him a bottle, or I don't get him a bottle and don't get hit by a motorbike. So I chose to not get hit by a motorbike. But yeah, it's super hot, and like that's pretty unfair that he didn't get a bottle because there was just a motorbike in the group. It's a bit annoying. I think the break has about a minute 20, a minute 30 at the moment with 2 laps to go. So every time the pelotons come up this climb, it's just been warriors and just soldiers coming up and just falling off the back. Like for the next pretty much the next 5 minutes after every time the peloton comes up, there's like another 10 guys that have just like been demolished on the way up. So the peloton's getting smaller and smaller, so whether they're going to be able to pull back that brake, I don't know. And Ari seems to be really strong. Every time he's come up, he's been like the top 1 or 2 riders in that breakaway group, so you never know, he might have a good day, but he might want to go solo, because I'm not sure how the sprint's going. Alright, last lap for feed. We're at lap 6 out of 7, so after this lap I'm going to head to the finish. I think there's like 4 or 5 of the boys left, so I got 5 bottles out. So hopefully Ari is in the break still, but if not, Keegan's pretty much had fresh legs. He's been sitting at the back like the entire race, so hopefully he'll have a decent kick on him if it does come down to a sprint. Come on Ari boy, go boy! So pretty much we're back home now, and so there was 2 days of racing. The first day is what you just saw, and I missed the last lap because I drove and I thought I was going to see it, but they cut the race short because of the crash. So I missed that, and I think the brake didn't get caught, and Ari finished what? He would have been top 10? Yeah, I think his top 10. Yeah, I think top 10 on that day. And then the following day, which was yesterday, was a pretty big race, but they had me out feeding, and I'll put up the photos of what they gave me to get to the feed zone, all in Spanish. I missed it the first time. They ended up coming down the hill, and then I finally got to them and just fed Keegan and Ari the second lap out on one of the hilly bits of the course. But I didn't film any of the day because I was trying to feed the boys. But Keegan will give you a little bit of a rundown of what happened yesterday. So Keegan, yesterday's race, obviously another 130k, but a lot more hilly than the day before.
Yeah, yesterday was 130 with about 2,000 meters climbing. Which was a pretty hot day out, so yeah, pretty happy to get through. Yeah. And
then, so obviously you did take the win. If people were like following me on Instagram or you will see that that cup there is from, obviously you won, pretty much you 2 guys went solo with 6k to go.
Yeah, so we had Ari go in the main break, which was obviously good for us. Kind of gave me a free ride during the day, and then we caught them with about 15 to go. And then, yeah, there was some attacks going, and I managed to get away with 1 other bloke.
The home straight was probably what, 500 meters?
Yeah.
How did you get him to lead into that corner?
I kind of realised with a couple of K to go that the bunch weren't going to catch us, so I just made him lead it through that final corner, and then he kind of opened it up out the corner, and then yeah, I just came around him. So
that's what it is. And that's obviously your first race since you got to Spain, like first race in Europe. And that's a pretty big trophy. So they take this racing pretty seriously over here. Like there's no way you get something like this in New Zealand. So just show the viewers what you got.
Yeah, just they love a yellow jersey even just for a
one day race and you get a yellow, leader of the general classification.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, and then the cup as well. Yeah, pretty so sick. Definitely, first win in Europe, first time on top step after a podium last weekend, which feels pretty good.
Awesome. So then what's the plan from here? So obviously this is kind of like the second half of the season for Europe.
Yeah. So more racing around here, mainly in Catalonia, and then we'll head back to NZ like September, October, and big things to come with Team Couplands. So
yeah, boy. Tuned. All good. Well, thanks for looking after me for the week. I'm heading to Belgium after this and then to the UK. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already and subscribe to the channel.